Hey, good people. This is Rocki with Rocki's Reality, the #1 podcast for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, and relationships. Tap in live Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I chat with some of the dopest artists, celebrities, influencers, entrepreneurs, and more. Make sure to catch us live Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, and Roku. See you soon.
Okay. Woo. Let me tell y'all, I got to have a real moment. Life be lifing, okay? But God is good still, okay? God's good. Thank you for blessing me for another day. And let us just know, always protect Black women. Can we, you know what? Can y'all see this? Yes, I had to. So welcome to Rocki's Reality, everyone. Happy almost Friday. Friday, as I like to call it. Friday. And we, although for those of us who are creatives and entrepreneurs, really the weekend is just more so for us to continue the grind. But welcome everyone to the show tonight. I have some phenomenal women. Like I got girl crushes on them. Like I love my husband, but these two ladies, you know, I be having my booze like, okay. And so my first guest, Latonya Garth, author, entrepreneur, speaker, mom extraordinaire, mentor maven, just, and even though she went to King, y'all, and state. And this is the irony though, how God places people in your life in the universe. And so despite our school rivalries, when I met Latonya, it was just such like a ethereal energy about her. So I really appreciate you and welcome to the show, Latonya Garth of Imagine Mentoring, y'all. She is changing lives. So y'all give her some claps for that, Joe. So welcome to the show, Latonya. And is this your first podcast, Latonya? No, I was about to say you've been doing this. Seem like, yeah, she know. Okay, and then my next guest. So y'all, we're gonna do a tag team today with the two ladies. I'm actually welcoming her back to the show because Lauri G was on, I want to say, what was it, like 4 years ago? It was pre-pandemic.
19.
So it was 19, pre-pandemic. And so, welcome to the show, Lauri G, singer, songwriter,
What up,
barbecue sauce extraordinaire. What's the name of the sauce, Lauri?
Lauri G's Damn Good Sauce
At Detroit Wing Company, and I still need to make it by there. By the way,
I have
but
a bottle with your name on it.
Oh, did you bring me one?
No.
Okay.
I really tried.
Oh my God, I should have texted you and asked you.
I have it. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, I'm gonna meet you though. Let me meet you off 8 Mile and get it shit. But wait a minute, it's that y'all know I'm hungry shit. And speaking of the holidays coming up, listen. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm like Harpo in Color Purple. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. I am definitely gonna support it. So welcome, ladies, to the show. Give them a hand, these dynamic ladies. And so Detroit women, we does our thing. And I really appreciate you ladies in your own right, how you do so many phenomenal things. You all are both mothers like me, so y'all understand the struggle.
Yes.
So I was telling Latonya, I said, I kind of wish you would have brought Micah with you, because girl, Micah, listen, if y'all follow Latonya, Micah is just hilarious. She is so cute. How old is she?
9 going on 40.
I bet.
Yeah.
Girl, the attitude, she gets you together, okay?
Yes.
I love it. So Latonya, how did you get started with all that you do? Like, what was the first thing? What did you become a speaker first, motivational? Like, what? Give us a snapshot of what led you to where you are now.
Well, I always liked talking. And so I remember very vividly in high school, my mother asked me, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "Well, what do you like to do?" I was like, "I like to talk." She was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, paint a picture for me. What does it look like?" I said, "Mom, I could see myself talking in front of 1,000 people with a suit on." She said, "Well, go do that then." And that's what I do. And that's what I've been doing. And so went to college and got a degree from Michigan State University in communication, and studied public relations and studied public speaking, and then went back and really started seeing that there was a need for our young people that needed to be educated. And so I went and got a master's degree in higher education. And so all of it's aligned with what I do now, you know, and that's kind of like how I got started. And then, you know, there's a saying that adversity.
Were you ever a teacher, or did you? Okay.
No, you know, I've always been an educator.
Okay.
Not really like a teacher, but I've always been a mentor at a young age.
Okay.
And, you know, I had my share of stuff, you know, just coming through life, and I was able to kind of share experiences with young people. And so I actually started at the Detroit Job Corps Center. At the time, I was an administrator.
Oh, wow. The one off
right here,
Jefferson,
right
or off Woodrow Wilson?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And I remember seeing like a group of girls, and they like walking down the hallway and they cussing. And I'm like, y'all got so much potential. Like, they don't have us a girl group. And so it was a small girls group, no lie, 13 years ago, like 10 girls. Wow. And then it grew to 30 girls. And then school started calling me. I need you to come here. I need you to go there. And then I started seeing the need wasn't just for the older young people, but the older young people, for real. But I started seeing that there was a need for our middle school kids, and seeing that the middle school kids got grown people problems. And now I'm seeing the elementary school kids got high school kids problems. And so we're just trying to, you know, really go after all of them to try to just plant a seed for them.
I love that. I love that, because we have to be the ones to set the example.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Ultimately. And I've always prided myself on that, like being the example for our young ladies, showing them, because we just can't expect them to know. So I really admire. Wait a minute. So how many schools are you in now, Latonya? 12?
Yeah.
Okay. So Imagine Mentoring started 2010?
Yes.
Okay. So what made you say, take it from the hallway at Job Corps to Imagine Mentoring? What made you say, yeah, I'm about to do this?
Yep. You know, I ran into a lady at the time, and she used to come to me, and she's like, imagine it's bigger than this. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. And I really didn't understand what she meant until the need came, where people would say, hey, I need you here. I need you there. And then it turned into, I need you to come and speak here. I need you to come and speak there. And so I went from doing classroom workshops with girls and just really seeing what they were dealing with to my largest crowd was 10,000 people doing a presentation. And so it's just like, whoa, God, what is this? Right. And so now I'm aiming for 100,000. You know,
Let's
because
go.
I feel like, you know, there is power in planting the seed. And sometimes in this work, we can get really discouraged, because it's like, okay, I'm putting this good in you, but when you go home, I don't know what your mama's saying to you.
Ooh,
right.
Baby.
So this is to look for the mamas that don't know how to treat their kids. You know, but I try to give them what I can. So it's discouraging when you pour into them and then they come back and they not feeling the best or being the best because of what they're influenced by their parents.
And really the parents probably need mentoring too, because they probably been traumatized.
They don't show up.
Yeah.
So we offer this stuff, right, for parents to come, and they don't show up. And it's like, you should show up, because that's the best way we can create this intergenerational approach to helping our young people, you know. And so I tell the kids, like, if they don't show up, I need you to go teach them. I need you to go talk to auntie, or I need you to go talk to your younger sibling, right? And so we try to find a way to plant the seed, and you just got to plant the seed and let it grow. You can't worry about it. You just got to water it as much as you can, and you know, with the intention that they'll grow up and really hear something that we told them to help them.
Yeah. And because again, and I say that like from being a social worker, I know that it's so many mentoring programs, and a lot of times the work is a challenge because it's counteracted by, like you said, they're going to go home and somebody might not be reinforcing that.
Yeah.
So it definitely takes a village and a 360 approach. So I love how I love watching the videos when you're like, one more school. I'm like, come on. So, okay, so let's go to a video right quick to show some of what Latonya does. I love that picture, by the way, Lauri.
Why, thank you.
I love it. I love that.
Is with our youth about what's hurting you, and they say, my mother told me I ain't gonna never be nothing. My mother told me that I'm a failure, or I don't have.
Oh, we might need to run it back. Y'all stand by, stand by. We getting it together. Stand by. All right, we pulling it.
Our girls are hurting. And so when we have these situations and these conversations with our youth about what's hurting you, and they say, my mother told me I ain't gonna never be nothing, or my mother told me that I'm a failure, or I don't have a father figure and I don't know who to turn to, or my behavior is promiscuous because I was molested by my own father. All of these things I hear every single day. It can get really, really heavy. So I'm always asking for your prayers, because even though I might have a smile on my face, when I leave out them sessions, I literally have to go home and dump that stuff. I have to pray that stuff off me because I can't take it in my home to my daughter. But it also teaches me how to treat her. And that's what I love about being a mentor, because it teaches me to be a better parent. When I hear young girls say, all I just want to do is tell my mother a secret and she don't go tell everybody, you know, or all I want to do is hear that I can one day be something or be somebody.
Love it. Oh my goodness. So where were you when you were speaking there?
I was at Beacon Park. So they honored Imagine right at the beginning of the year for National Mentoring Month, and they've offered me space. So like anytime I want to do something down at Beacon Park with the youth or anything I want to do, I'm able to do that on behalf of DTE Foundation.
I love it. I love it. So, and that is heavy to be a mentor and just to serve. Because, like I said, as a social worker, I was in a training today and I was triggered by some of the stuff we like back to some of the cases that I've had. And it's like when you write that it's like you take that on. So, do you have a therapist?
I do.
Okay.
Orma Smith. She's actually the co-author of my book Jump.
Okay.
So yeah, we do a lot together.
Okay. Oh, Joe knows Orma. Okay, shout out to Orma Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. And shout out to everyone watching. Antonio, Kayvana, LC. Shout out to everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, I need more though. I have Dr. Rose Moten. She's in my
I love her. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Blue Transformation.
Yeah.
I think she's in Kenya now.
Yeah,
okay, Dr. Rose.
Yeah. So I got some good influences that can help me from a mental standpoint, because people ask, how do you take all of that in? Because you got to think we're seeing like over 100 girls a week at some schools. And so
because you're in 13 schools now. 12.
Yeah.
12. Okay.
13
soon to be
years.
Okay, 13 years. Soon to be 13. Oh, I'm gonna claim it.
The goal is 80. So
okay, listen. Let's do 100 nationwide. Wait a minute. So how do you determine, the schools come to you, or how do you determine?
They come to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so do you charge for your services, or okay, so it's a certain
It depends though, because some stuff is if it's a give back, and so I've been coached to when I'm led to give.
Okay,
you know,
right. Some stuff is
okay, it's work. I mean, this is not just,
it's a lot of resources too.
It's hard work. It's hard work. So I'm pouring my heart out. I'm giving you my intellectual property. It costs money, you know, and so you have to make sure that you understand that when you have an anointing in your life, when you have a gift, and that's your career, like that doesn't mean you go and just give yourself away for free. No, you know, I served on behalf of Imagine for 8 years straight. It came out of pocket 8 years straight. And it was like people like, like you doing this wrong. And I never thought it was anything wrong with it because it was in my heart to give.
Right.
But then now that I have a child, right, she got to eat.
Right. Exactly. You know? Let's be clear.
Yeah. And so I always make that clear.
You're bringing that value though.
Yeah. People see the value, right?
Right.
And it's the difference between, and I see people that want mentoring programs. Oh, I just want to do mentoring. And it's like, if your heart not in it, it's not going to work. And, you know, I always try to tell people, don't do it for the money. Like whatever your gift is, whatever your purpose is, the money going to follow you.
Exactly.
But don't just jump on the bandwagon or try to do something because you want money. Like that's the wrong way to go. You got to do it because your heart in it. We dealing with kids. We dealing with the hearts and the minds of our young people. So you gotta be in it for that, not for the monetary benefit. It's there and it'll be there in anything that you do. But when you're dealing with this, when it comes to Imagine, I fire fast and I hire slow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you got a team of how many?
12.
Okay.
But I got good influences in my corner.
I love
right?
it. Do you tell them that when you
Benita
hire
Sanders
them?
taught me that. Benita taught me that. She
Benita
said-
Sanders.
she said-
Yes, shout out to Benita. I love her.
Yeah, she teaches.
You know,
me
that
stuff.
does sound like something she would say. Fire fast
She be
and
coming
hire
up with
slow.
stuff. I'd be like,
She be
girl.
coming with them slogans. Shout out to Benita Sanders, who, by the way, yes, give her my fellow CT. And she's one who has blessed me so tremendously. And I see she continues to bless, and I love how she connects women.
She's a great connector.
That is definitely so. And that's when we first connected at the Find Your Future Fair at Ford Field.
Oh yeah, and I spoke there.
Yes, that's when we first met. Yes, and this was, I want to say, 2018.
That was right before COVID hit. Yeah.
Yeah, or was it 19? It was like 2018 or 19. All I know is that I look back at those pictures and I'll be like, Lord, I'm glad I lost weight. Because, baby, you know how you look back at old pictures like, I told my husband, like, thank you for loving me. Because what in the hell? You know how you look back at pictures like, why was I so damn fat? Like, come on. This is the irony, because with a lot of people with pandemic gain weight, I lost weight because I got tired of eating. Like, I ain't no slim goody, but I'm just saying substantially. But just when you get older too, we notice, we realize people around us are having health issues, and it's like, it's serious. Okay.
Yeah.
But anywho, that was with Dr. Darius, and shout out to Dee Rogers.
Yes.
And so I really love how you electrified the kids and had them going. And so we gonna come back. I want to get into Lauri for a little bit. Let's get in Lauri, and we gonna come back to, because I want Latonya to think about, how do you get the crowd going? Because I know, like, you got to tailor it to each crowd. Yeah, answer that right quick, and then we gonna go to Lauri. Like, how do you tailor it to each crowd?
So it's an energy thing for me. Like, I'm big on energy. Like, I can feel energy. And like, literally, like, I don't write anything. Everything I speak comes from my heart, and the scripture says, out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. And so I'm able to use what God has given me. So I know it's a gift, because my one of my mentors told me, he said, whenever you are done speaking, then you got a line of people waiting on you. You did a good job.
Right.
And the majority of my speeches, there's people waiting to talk and connect afterwards. And so I know, like, it's not for me. I pray before I hit the stage, and I just let God lead me. And so that's how I'm able to kind of feel it and just take it from there.
I love it. And I'm gonna try to adopt some of that energy, because I have a y'all have heard of TED Talk. Well, we're having Wife Talk on Saturday. Shameless plug, y'all. Wife Talk. Get the tickets. They're on my page. My talk is going to be on wife and ain't for wimps. And I have all these notes in my phone, right? But then the other night, like, I'm taking notes, but I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to get overwhelmed, because I'm trying to just put too much in here. And I said, you know what? And I prayed the other night. I said, God, just guide me when I get up there. Because I was like, even though I make these notes, I'm probably still going to, as you're talking, stuff just hits you, and you might see it, like you said, a face, or you make eye contact with somebody, and it's like you feel led. And I'm like you too. Like, I go off of energy as well. And just a lot of times you just gotta build the plane as you falling, so to speak. So I appreciate that. So let's switch to Lauri right quick. Lauri G, who here with her hubby, y'all. Hubby is in the back. I love how the hubbies be. Shout out to Ron holding it down. Listen. Better get you a hubby who hold you down now.
None of this would be happening if
we better know it. Thank God for our hubbies putting up with us, because y'all too.
With us.
I know
I'm a handful.
I know fire sign Sagittarius.
That's right.
Shit, I already know. Now, and because Latonya has our complementary energy, because she's a Libra.
Yes.
And see, she balanced us out, because she.
Yeah, right in the middle. And Ron is the Aries.
Ooh,
so see,
like me, Lord.
See, yeah.
Me and you, us never part. Listen, I know that people we a handful to deal with. But I thank God that people, again, God places certain people around you for a reason. I truly believe that. I don't believe in coincidence.
No, I don't either.
I believe that everything, like when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, that's a coincidence. Now that I'm getting older, I was like, nah, that happened for a reason. Bad, good, or bad.
Nothing just happens.
Yep. Yeah. I believe that too. I was like, because it's been too many times I've been placed in certain spots. And I'm like, this was meant to happen.
Yeah.
So speaking of, it was meant for Lauri G to come back up. Cries of a big girl.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Listen. You know I'm all for the big girl talk.
Absolutely.
Okay, because even though I lost some weight, I'm still a big girl and been a big
right.
girl. So
That's right. That's right.
listen,
And
all of us is healthy women. I love it.
Right.
These are not IG models. This is USDA
That's
pure
right.
Detroit bread. Okay, that's what this is. Okay,
313 all
listen,
day.
no, listen, no botched over here.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's
this
right.
is all built up.
All
right
cute in
here.
the face, stick in the waist. That's what you got.
Listen,
That's what we working with.
girl, listen, all the curves. So, Lauri, Cries of a Big Girl. This is your
Yes.
second album, right?
Yeah. Because this is funny. So it is because I did a gospel album back in 2011.
Oh, okay.
But what happened was that I did the 2 singles, right? 50 Shades.
Yeah, because that's when you
and
were on the show,
Trophy, right?
Yep.
And then of course you do your singles, and I'm an indie artist, so it takes longer,
Mhm.
So you let it
know.
go. Then we did the second song. Then we're about to do this album, and then COVID hits. So it kind of stopped everything. So
Yeah.
so the album never, I never got finished. So I finished it over the pandemic, and then everything changed.
Right.
Just like how you were talking about how I was doing the whole 50 Shades thing, and 50 Shades is a part of it, but it really turned out being Cries of a Big Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing is, I was, who I was talking to, our friend Crystal. Shout out to Crystal Chapman.
Oh, hey! Oh, Crystal! I love you. Her birthday was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Your
7th.
fellow Spart.
Yeah.
One of your fellow
okay.
Sparts.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
Crystal!
And I was talking about the album. I was talking about all the songs, and I was breaking this down to her, and she said, "You know what? It just sounds like Cries of a Big Girl to me." I was like, "What? What'd you say?" I was like, "Oh, it does."
I love it.
And that's really how it all came to be. But interestingly enough, when I say Cries, because I am a big girl, although I have lost some weight, but but like you said, it's just I'm never gonna be small. Well, you
Right.
don't know, but
And you got one of my favorite big voices on Whitney. Yes.
I brought Whitney with me. I'm channeling Whitney. Yes,
Girl.
I love her. Miss
Yes,
her.
I mean,
like we were
baby.
Listen,
Listen, in my head, she was my auntie. I don't care what y'all say. Whitney was my auntie. Okay,
for sure, absolutely. But so but it's more than about being physically big, right? So let's talk about the word cry, right? We think of cry as a verb, right? Because we're crying. But I'm talking about cry. I want you to go down to definition number 2, which is basically just feelings of emotion and a cry of emotion as a noun, right? So when I say Cries of a Big Girl, every song is a cry, right? Because you can have a cry of ecstasy.
No, girl.
Right?
See, that's what the Ron was like with the bell for it.
Right.
Ding.
Yeah. I have a song, Good Love. It's a cry of ecstasy.
Listen.
But then I have a song, Trophy, which is, a cry of independence. You know what I mean? And so every song is a cry.
And what was Cougar? Because Cougar is crying something too. She got some Cougar on there. I said, Cougar. I'm like, ooh.
Cougar is a cry of just declaration. I'm telling you, I'm shooting my shot. I'm telling you how I feel. But it's also about, and why the BIG is capitalized, because obviously it's written from a big girl perspective, because that's my perspective functioning in this world. But it's also about putting your big girl panties on,
baby.
And being big. That's really what it's
we
about.
ringing this bell tonight, baby.
Yeah. So
right.
The thing about Cougar,
because I was like, she married, so right, okay. Because Rob, was you feeling some type of way? Some of these songs would sound like she was hollering at the little pool boy or something. I'm like,
now technically, I am a cougar because I'm a whole 4 months and 3 days older than him.
You a cougar, Ryan?
A whole 4 months and 3 days. But
is Ryan your boy toy? Okay,
always. Yes,
I love it.
Always. Look at him.
Listen,
that's my
honey. And I know Aries gives good
Oh,
loving. Shout out Ryan. Listen, I already know Aries
Right,
will
that's
change your life.
sweet.
Okay,
That's
Aries
right.
will change your life.
Come on now. But really, you know what Cougar's about? It is about, in that situation, it's about being older, but it's really about being different, right? Because when you date a big girl, or any different, whether you are, short or tall or dark, anything that's not the status quo.
Right.
It takes a special kind of brother.
Right. Because you might be a big boss.
That's
too.
right.
Right.
Anything.
Because even though Latonya not a big girl, she a big boss.
Exactly.
So she a big girl in that, right?
Exactly. And so anytime you're different, You know, men sometimes men are not brave enough to step to you.
Ooh,
So the song is like, I see that you are feeling me. I know it. I know you feel it. You know what I mean?
Come on over here.
And yeah, come on over here, boo. You know, because I'm about to blow your mind. That's why I said my love is medicinal.
Ooh.
You know, so you know, and that you know that those trees you be smoking, take a puff on me.
Ooh, you know
Now-
what? Listen.
But now you want me to take this to another level, which is really funny about the song. I wrote the song with my son.
Oh,
So that's even crazier. But you know, we know how to spin those hats around.
now what would you do if he what if he get a cougar? How old is he? What would happen if he get a cougar? How old is he?
As long as she wasn't my age.
Okay,
I
how old
mean,
is
I'm
he?
okay. He's 26.
26, and he probably cute.
He's yes,
Lord.
he's a good looking kid.
Oh my God, help
He's
us,
a good-looking
Jesus.
kid,
And
yeah.
see, now, but see, that would be a cougar for him because
Yeah.
we're in our 40s.
Yeah.
So
And you know what?
I don't know how old Latonya is, but we in our 40s.
Yeah.
We got. I mean,
Every time every office I've ever worked in, and they see a picture of my son, and they say,
I know.
oh, does he date such and such? He probably would, but no, but my son is such a talented writer, and did a lot of production. We really, it was very collaborative album, so we really wrote that together. So it's even funnier.
Oh, I love that. You and your son wrote the album together.
We wrote this song together.
The song together.
But
okay.
Actually, it was a few people that were involved.
I was about to say, who else are writers?
So I have to
producers,
say,
yeah.
Hot Mix Ron over here.
Okay.
Of course. But a really talented writer. His name is Sean Rule, aka Gully GQ. When I tell you this,
okay. So you have the song with him.
Yes, Trackstar.
Yep, Trackstar. Yeah.
Just a little bit, but this brother, you got to check him out, right? He is really something. And so we
Sean Rule. How are we spelling that? RULE or?
And that is his God-given name.
Okay.
Sean,
all right.
like that is so cool. Isn't that cool?
Okay.
Yeah. But he also goes by Gully GQ. That's his stage name. But anyway, so we did 50 Shades and Trophy together. Sean did most of it, but we, it is all collaborative. Scott and Sean and I did that, and Trophy, Ron and Sean and I did that. And then I have another talented brother, Keith Lee, that did good luck. Not that's so funny. Not Keith Lee, the one that's been in the news.
Oh, okay. But yeah, girl, because I was thinking like
yeah.
Not the food critic.
No, not the food
by the way.
critic. Yeah.
Not
This
the food
is
critic.
name twin. It's so funny. He also goes by Seriously, but he's such a talented writer, musician, drummer. He's really like a prodigy. So it was really collaborative because Ron and I really brought like the wisdom to it. But it was so cool working with younger people,
right?
Because Sean is in his early 30s, Keith and Scott are in their 20s, and so it was just, but it all came together, and it's so dope, man. And so I'm so proud of this album.
I'm digging it.
I'm so proud of what
definitely grown woman music. Definitely
grown woman music.
Let's go to the snippet right quick. It's grown because I was like, oh, I feel kind of grown for real while I was listening to it. Like, okay. Yeah, it's just a little snippet there. Yeah, that one right there. I love this hair, by the way.
Thank y'all.
And that makeup.
Thank y'all.
That hair.
Hey, you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to be the best version of me that I can be. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. I'm just a big black girl in a skinny white world. You know my confidence is evident because of my raising. But what's so amazing is that I still question myself, wreck myself, compare myself against other niggas. But what really triggers me is other folks making jokes, not feeling my work. But like Tupac said, it's just me against the world. And I'm still your girl. Oh, I'm moisturizing so my black don't crack, but my back may be cracking. Am I lacking the individuality to penetrate reality? So that you will come with me on my magical, musical, and logical ride. I'm chill as hell, just come on inside. I'm on a new level of transparency. So what's up? Will you follow me? Follow me. Follow me. Follow me. Follow me. Oh, oh.
I like that. That's a smooth vibe to that. I like
Thank
that.
You know
That's
what?
a dance move.
Look,
Yeah.
that's
it.
the realest shit I ever wrote.
I
Like
like the way,
seriously,
yeah, because you said, yeah, that I was like, oh, yeah, she taking
I-
it there. Some of those
you know
lyrics, I
what?
was like, ooh.
This is what's
Yeah.
interesting. Over the pandemic, I sat down to write a song, and it just came out like rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've rapped
Because you were
way
like
back in the day.
chanting, right?
Yeah. Not that I don't consider myself a rapper, but yeah, it's just whatever it is. It's just, because you have to be organic about it and
Yeah.
do it how it comes out. And that's just the way it came out. And I know that really to be out here these days, you do have, because I'm kind of old school. I come from the school of you never let them see you sweat. You have them all, you have your stuff all together. But I'm like, man, if I'm really gonna do this, I have to really have
Right.
more transparency.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I do struggle with the level of transparency, because some people overshare,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you're like, please stop. It's too much,
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But I do want people to know who I am and understand me and understand where I'm coming from. So that song, I talk about just weight, age, everything, just being me, being a woman functioning in
I
this
love that
world.
white skinny world, right?
Yeah, I
'Cause,
mean,
we
that-
still, it's a lot of European standards.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still a lot of
Absolutely, yeah.
European standards. So, what is your favorite song on the album?
I knew
Or-
you were gonna ask me.
Well, then
this.
you should be prepared.
I
Then.
know.
Good.
It's.
I'm glad you know.
I knew it. It's because the funny thing is, it's usually like whatever I'm working on, that's my favorite song. I would have to say it's probably a tie between Fat Girl and Trophy, the remix of Trophy. But I love the original too.
Okay.
Because I had, so once the pandemic came and everything, I had another interpretation of it and I had to get it out. And I told Ron, I said, I really am just hearing, just because the message is the same, but I just wanted you to know this is really what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
I really want you to listen to the words that I am saying. And I just wanted to do it acoustically. And I found this great guitarist. His name is Aaron Meyer. He's such a great guy. And he just gave me what I wanted. And I love it so much because I just think you can really feel me on that song. But people love the original too. So
Of Trophy.
Mhm.
So was that referring to Ron?
in
As
Trophy,
Like I'm not just.
No.
Well, I'm
No, no,
you
no.
know. Listen, I gotta get the tea.
No,
Nah, what was inspired by the hubby? Like what?
well, wait, no, you want me to talk about Trophy first, where that came
Yeah,
from? Okay.
yeah.
So Trophy, really, that came from a friend of mine, a good friend of mine who used to be so vivacious, so full of life. And she met this guy, and he was just in her whole like she used to wear like hip boots, and then she started wearing like pearls. And we like, what's she doing? What?
You know what? I don't like that when they break your spirit like
just
that. Then he ain't the right one.
That's
'Cause
a
you gotta
whole show.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
chime in, okay?
So I didn't live
Listen, bring the bell,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
we done seen it. All three
Yeah.
of us, I'm sure, have seen that.
Absolutely. And you're
Like, what
the
happened to you?
hell's
I mean,
going
we know
on?
you shift a little bit when you get with someone,
Nah,
but you should still be your
yourself.
authentic self, and that's
And if you met, if the guy met you being who you
are
why
right,
can't you keep
right,
who you
right,
are?
exactly, and he should just be adding to and enhancing
Exactly.
that.
That's it.
Yeah,
But it's about not being confident enough as a man to walk around with this woman, which is what we're talking
baby
about.
man.
Yeah, baby man, exactly.
Little Jody.
So that, but
Little Jody. Mama gotta have life too,
right,
Jody.
right,
Shit.
right, and that but it's so true. So so that's really where it came from, and I get such a great response. I mean, women.
Because I thought you were talking about like kind of Ron, like I'm not just your trophy wife. Appreciate me.
No, he appreciades.
Okay,
Every
all
bit
right,
of
Ron,
me.
you on your
Yeah,
job? Okay,
no.
Ron. Okay,
This man,
I know Aries. We be on it, so that's good. Because we make sure we love on the ones we love. Okay, all right.
I was just about to say, this man, honest to God, We met in a band when we were 17 years old. And he has told me he loves me every single day.
I
And that
love
he is
it.
in love with me every single day.
I love that.
He should be though. You are fine.
Oh,
I
man.
love it.
Thank
And
you.
you good too.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes. That is
Get you
fine.
one. Get you one of those.
And because we always did music together, we've just always been able to spin those hats around and do the work. And because he'll turn into Ike, he'll be like, Anime, come on, let's get
Yes,
this
I know
studio.
that
And I'm like,
Aries.
"Ugh."
We are fired. That
Yeah, yeah. But
flare up.
so
But all I'm hearing is alignment. Like y'all are aligned
absolutely.
for purpose.
I love
and
that.
people,
I am
that's
so
why people be
blessed.
messing up because they're not aligned with purpose.
Oh, let's okay. And I'm glad. I was just about to segue back to you.
Yeah.
And let's show a clip of her with the girls. Hey Toya Miller. Hey Elsie. She said, "Hey Lauri G." Yeah. Let's show a clip of Latonya in action and these boots. Can we get into these or those boots or shoes? Can we wait a minute? I'm all distracted. Look at I'm like, we got no are so.
That's why.
It's too cute though. I love it.
I'll rock a heel in a minute though.
Listen, yeah, and you
know.
yeah. It's super cute. So let's show this is a clip now. Is this at one of schools? This
is actually one of our this is my team that you'll actually see on this video.
Okay.
And it's just showing that how our team is growing and developing, and just a great group of women, all professional women that, they all got their own stuff going on as far as their professions and their careers, but when it comes to Imagine, they appreciate it, they value it, they respect it. And so we just got a really good team, and I'm proud of the people that God is aligning me with to help me push the mission forward.
Amen.
Yeah. And so
right, we both was like amen, right?
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, it's just a clip of them.
Because I was gonna say, oh yeah, we can go ahead and play it.
And again, I'm just grateful. For real. Grateful for all of y'all. Like, we are gonna do some amazing work. And I just want y'all to know that I'm grateful. And we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep going. And we're gonna keep growing. And then we're gonna keep going. And we're gonna keep growing. And we're gonna keep going. What? And we're gonna keep growing. What? And we're gonna keep going. Our vision is to position the Imagine program as a global initiative that meets the needs of young women all around the world who desire change. It is our intention to provide impactful programming, mentoring, education, and empowerment, starting right here in our community and moving to change the world. I desire change. Do you?
Putting them on notice.
Yeah.
Because if y'all really want change, I love it. Shout out to Kayvana.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's my girl. She's on the team too.
I love
Her and
it.
Sean, they're on here. Winetta, she's on here. So I have they're supportive, and they believe in the mission, and it's bigger to me. Like the lady told me all the time, it is, and
you can't do it alone. No one's an island. We all need a team. Just like Lauri was just describing her team. We all need a team.
Yeah.
So how do you choose them? Because you said you fire fast and hire slow.
Yeah.
So how do you hire them slowly?
Yeah.
Like, what is the process?
So I'm learning that. I'm using my discernment. I'm looking at their Facebook pages. I'm looking at your character, how you represent yourself. How do you represent yourself outside of you being in front of the girls? Because some people, I'm be honest with you, like to put on a show, and it's like, I don't want you to be a public success and a private failure in front of these girls. I want you to be successful in your own way and respectful in your way, and really be an example to the young people. Now, I'm not like in their house looking at what they do, but
I get it. It matters.
I follow my spirit.
It matters.
Yeah,
it matters.
So, and when it comes to a circle of professionals, friends, people that work with you, it's important for you to just use your discernment. And if that person doesn't give you peace, run.
Amen.
And get them out your space.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna grow and develop, all it takes is one person to mess it up.
Sometimes you gotta you gotta shed.
Yeah.
You gotta shed that dead weight. So do you ever have like guests come in and okay, put me on the list, please?
I would love
I would love to cook. And because I am about the kids, because my background is in social work.
Yeah.
So definitely when I it just inspires me when I see the light in their eyes and just the potential that they can have. And our kids are just so brilliant. I be like, these damn kids, like
smart, creative.
You'll be like, oh,
But you know what? This world has,
and they teach us.
Yeah.
I learn a lot from you. You think you teaching them? They teach you.
Yeah, but
a
this
lot of
world has
times.
stripped them from their creativity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
when you going home and you getting verbally abused by a parent,
Yeah.
or you at school
Yeah.
getting bullied by your so-called
Yeah.
friends, and your
Mhm.
teachers are overworked, underpaid, and they treating you
Yeah.
wrong. I mean, where's the time for you to actually see how great you can be and
Yeah.
your creativity and your potential? You can't, because you're
Mhm.
too busy accepting and
Or you might have
taking in
abuse and trauma
all
or
of that in your
neglect
head.
going
You can't
on. Yep.
even,
Or a friend might be in
yeah,
distress. Or
yeah.
absolutely. That reminds me. I asked Dylan when he comes home from school. I said, "How did the world treat you today?
Mhm.
Like, what was
Mm,
going? Because
good.
more. Because when you ask how was school, you gonna be like fine.
Fine,
So I'm
right?
like, did something funny happen today? What's going on? Like, and I'll sometimes make sure when I go in his room and I'm gonna sit on his bed.
Mhm.
Because they just expect us to dip in and dip back out. No, I'm about to come sit down and look in
Right.
your face,
Yeah,
and
right.
and especially as a Black boy. And
Yeah.
so, shout out to my husband, by the way. Thank you, Jesus, because baby, it definitely takes a village.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
baby, but I do feel like I wish it was like a male you who could do for the boys
Yeah.
too. But girls definitely need it. But the boys, I just feel like our boys need it as well. But our girls definitely need it
So
because
you
it's
know, I
just
had a
like,
program for boys, and I lost him to COVID.
oh,
Yeah, Ricardo Smith. He was my partner. And
oh,
he,
rest in peace to him. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit because obviously all of our lives have been shifted by COVID.
Mhm.
So here's my thing, though. It was horrible,
Mhm.
but there were so many blessings that came out of it, and
Yeah.
so many
Mhm.
epiphanies and just
Yep.
revelations too.
Yeah.
And that's how God worked too, right? He was like, I'm gonna sit your asses down for a little bit
Yeah.
so y'all can get it together. But
Yeah.
so talk about that. First, starting with you, Lauri. It stopped the album, but then you had to pick back up. Talk about how you got through that, and then I'm gonna come to you, Latonya, because that probably had to shut you down for a bit because you couldn't go into the schools to see the kids because of COVID.
Yeah.
So
I
how'd you
think
get through it?
probably the biggest shift, of course, I have to go to my baby, Morgan, who was in the class of 2020. And so,
So she didn't get no prom,
no
no.
graduation. And my daughter, I have to shout my daughter out, Morgan Lynn, who got a full scholarship to the University of Michigan.
Oh yes, go Blue. Listen, full
Yeah.
scholarship.
And
That's hard as hell because they are not giving away money.
My
Listen, I
daughter,
still owe them loans.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. She graduated with a 4.8 average from
Oh
Cass Tech.
wow.
Come on.
Listen.
I'm telling you, she was the vice president of the National Honor Society. She was so courted and so, just in her
love
group
it.
of friends. I call them the brainiacs. These kids are just brilliant,
I love it.
and they worked so hard. And I was like, guys, I know you're working hard, but it's your senior year. I need you to go have some fun. And they had all gone out to homecoming together, and that was it. And just nothing. And then her first year of college was spent at home. And
Baby.
so
Online.
yeah, online. And so she didn't even really get any normalcy until maybe like last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
2022 was
Yeah.
when we really kind of felt
Yeah.
I call it the new normal,
The new
actually.
normal,
Because
yeah.
nothing is it's kind of similar, reminds me to 9/11. Things will never be the
Yeah.
same
Never be the
after
same. Yeah.
after the
But
pandemic.
some things to the good and bad, because like like Amazon.
Baby, listen. DoorDash and grocery delivery. I love it. Kroger, they know
be
me.
mad at that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't be mad at that.
So there are
Yeah,
some things.
But
Yeah.
and she's in her last year, which I cannot believe. She's
love it.
graduating this year, and we're going big. And she actually she's majoring in what is it? Oh my gosh, tell me, babe, what is it? Huh? No, but it's film, TV, media.
I love
She
it.
won the Hopwood Award for screenwriting. That's a $5,500 award.
Oh,
The
wow.
Newman Award, $3,300. She's won. They are calling her the up and coming screenwriter.
I
at
love it. Let's
Michigan.
give a hand for
And they are
Morgan.
doing a short film of her screenplay this year. So she
Black girl
she
magic.
acts, she write. I mean, this kid, and what you're saying about young people, they're just so uninhibited. You know, and she's double majoring in drama.
Wow.
And so she's something else. She's something
I
else.
love
So
it.
and
So she persevered.
she persevered.
through
She
that.
persevered. And so but yeah, thankfully, my son is gonna kill me. None of us have had COVID.
Oh,
Not any of us, which is unbelievable. I used to pray every day. I still pray every day just
Still
to
out
keep
there.
us safe.
Okay.
From the COVID prayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to like, Lord, just
Wow.
keep that hedge of protection. I was like,
Right.
no, and I said, Lord, no, not a hedge, a bubble. A bubble's safer. You know?
Right.
I mean, really, you know. And but I think also I was working for a church. I was a minister of music at a church over COVID. And my son and I, and we had just started looking for buildings, and then COVID came. And so we started to do it. They wanted to open the church online. And so my son and I were doing videos and, you know, doing music off. So that, you know, because music changes lives, music.
Yes,
And
it does.
you
It's
minister
healed.
to yourself. So,
Mhm.
and that's when we kind of learned how to have a movie studio at the house and all that. So
Mhm.
a lot of
Different-
things like
yeah.
that got us through just doing music. But luckily, you know, we lived in Texas for 10 years and it was just the four of us. And when it's just the four of you, it bonded us in a different way because you can't go home every second when you live all the way in
Right.
Detroit, you know, from Texas.
Mhm.
So I think the four of us went back to that.
Being in right.
And we knew how to kind
during
of
the
like
quarantine
be alone together and enjoy each other. Because I love my kids. We have so much fun together. They are my favorite people. They really are. They're fantastic.
I love that.
And they're talented. And it's fun now that they're old enough to
that you can have adult conversations.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, because now that my daughter's 20, it's definitely
a
a different level of conversation.
Yeah.
Just wait. Mike she gonna be there.
Yeah, she's gonna be there.
She's already there.
The child. So Latonya, rest in peace to your partner.
Mhm.
So you're saying that he was going to be the male arm.
He was the male arm.
He was okay. His name was
Ricardo Smith.
Okay.
Went to the hospital and didn't make it out. And he didn't have any underlying health conditions.
So it was already a pool of boys. Y'all had programs going.
I should have sent you the video, but we have a very nice clip that we had did when the city of Detroit media was following us, and they did a clip on the Impact program. So Imagine is for the girls, and then Impact is for the boys. And it mirrors the girl project program.
Okay. Is it still It's still going on?
It's on pause because I got to get the right person.
Right.
The one person I want schedule is just not, and he's one of my mentors too. He's just not willing. He got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So
we need somebody who can be consistent and available. Yeah.
And so for me, COVID was the time when we were in the house. It was busy for me. Like I stayed on Zoom a lot, doing speeches, youth groups. I did very well during that time in the house, in my office. Actually,
and Michael was on school online.
She actually was going to school online, but she was actually going to a school. So her daycare teacher decided to get 4 students that were going into kindergarten, first grade at that time. And we homeschooled them through a school in Troy. So they were being homeschooled, and they actually had an instructor in front of them. So she had to go to a home, but she was there every day. And so when she got ready to go to school, it was like everything she's doing now is simple. Micah's a straight A student. So it's all her work. I'm like, how do you do that? Like she just do it. It's so everything's easy for her. And I just pray that it stays that way. She's very smart. And so she can,
so cute.
Yeah, she can tell me what to do because she get all her school.
Girl,
yeah, they know.
Yeah, she
knows. She be telling you what to do. I be like, girl, these kids. Hey, Dr. Sabrina Jackson.
Sabrina.
Oh my goodness.
And I had to make
Micah be know what she be talking about though.
You know, I think she's
she's telling you wrong.
She been
I
here
be
before.
reading the post like this baby.
Yeah, she been here before.
She got an old soul.
So the day she was born was my due date was the day my mother passed away. And so our relationship is extremely spiritual.
Yeah,
Micah and our relationship, stuff that she say, my mom used to say, and she's never met my mother. She came 2 years after my mother passed away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so so while I'm talking, I need to make sure, Dad, I love you. I know you just said to make sure I tell people that everything I know come from you. So everything I know.
Certainly those dance moves though. Now listen, Daddy be getting it. So wait a minute, while we're on that. Your birthday is in a couple weeks.
Actually, no, my birthday is September.
No, it was. I'm sorry, excuse me. It was a couple months ago, actually, at this point. September 30th.
Yep.
So tell us about the day party that's coming up. You had to postpone it to November 18th.
November 18th.
Okay.
So the party I'm doing was on my mom's birthday in honor of her. So I'm launching a scholarship program in honor of her. I want to bless 5 youth at $1,000 each. At the end of the year for just someone who has had like a resilient story or may have gone through something. We want to be able to bless them. So this party is really for them. And I'm doing it in honor of her, but initially it was scheduled on her birthday, September 17th. And I couldn't do it. I started picking up all of these schools and
that after school year just started too.
And that Libra scale was like, all right, girl, what you gonna do? So I literally had to say, you know what? Let me pause because I'm doing too much. And let me just shift and eat the elephant one piece at a time.
Okay.
And so that's what I've been doing. And so the 18th, when I announced that it was 2 months later, I had more time to do it, more time to ask for sponsorship. Try to get this taken care of because I really want to do this every year. Something that it's been put on my heart to do. And whenever God puts something on my heart, I'm just gonna do it.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What is it called? It's the something day party.
Yeah, it's Keep Going.
Keep Going day party.
The
at the Mary Grove.
It's not at Mary Grove.
No, okay, my bad. Oh, at Horatio
Yeah.
Williams Foundation.
Up as a sponsor to support the initiative.
I love it.
So just grateful for my partners like Comerica's a title sponsor, Horatio is sponsoring, Rachel Allen, she just called and said she's going to sponsor.
Hey, Rachel.
She's going to actually sponsor a student for.
I love it. Shout out to Centric Place.
Yeah.
And her husband as well, Gerard.
Yeah, and so just some great people in my space that's really seeing that, I'm really trying to make a difference. And they're supporting it, and I'm just proud of my community and how they're stepping up.
Yeah,
and this party gonna be off the hook.
I wish I'm gonna be out of town. Unfortunately, I'm so mad. Yeah, because I told you I was like, didn't I buy my ticket? I said donate my ticket to someone. That's why I told you I was like, donate my ticket to someone.
Yeah.
Because I'm the husband and the son birthday, and we discovered it was cheaper to go in November than whatever. It's family.
But it's
family.
It's gonna be good. November 18th. It's from 5:30 until 9:30 at the Horatio Williams Foundation.
You said the attire.
The attire is denim and diamonds.
I love it.
Don't have diamonds. There'll be dime pieces there. You can just wear your denim. I mean,
just use some cubic zirconia. Ain't nobody some rhinestones.
Yeah,
I'll be good. I mean, but Detroit gonna show up with some diamonds.
All day long.
How we do. We know how we do. I love it. Speaking of, let's get into the necklace. I love that. And because your mom,
she's in
there.
Yeah.
And what was her name? That is
Sylvia.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is gorgeous.
Yeah.
When did she pass?
It's out the way.
Yeah, so people can see.
She passed away.
Gorgeous.
I'm trying to get her open. Look, it's doing what it want to do. It's gonna do what it's gonna do.
That is gorgeous. That heart. Oh,
thank you. She passed away in 2012. So it's been some time, but
not that long. I mean, it ain't that. I mean, when you lose your mama, it's really exactly.
Put a hole in your soul, man.
You know what? That's because that's the same year my husband lost his mom, 2012. So, and it's still you only get one mama.
You only get one.
I don't like grief is not something like it just goes away.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like it's reoccurring.
Yeah,
it comes back. It's cyclical.
It's difficult, and some days are good and most days are good, and my daughter's been a great blessing to be able to, and I don't use her to fill the void, but God sent her to me to help me get through, because I really don't know how I would be if I didn't have my child or my whole story. It's just how God just piece your life together. You sit back and look at it and you're like, whoa. Like, oh, that's why that had to happen.
Girl. Yep. That's how
nothing just happened.
Listen, I'll be like, oh, that God, you knew 10 years ago, didn't you? You was preparing me.
He's preparing you.
That you know the crazy thing, y'all. Okay, so hopefully the feds don't come after me. But I used to do movies and music. I was the bootleg chicken job. And this was years ago when Sydney was a baby. And I didn't know then it was preparing me that I would be eventually interviewing some of these people.
Yep.
And I was like, God knew. Through my grind, Lord. Yeah, I don't do it no more though, y'all. You had to feed it. We had to feed the baby. I needed that extra money. Listen. But and I just think back on how that was cultivating and creating me, and how when I listened to the radio as a kid, Mason and Lisa and all these different people, baby, listen, Frankie Darcell, all of these people, right? Sunshine, Sunny, all of these different people, Lady BG, and all of these people that I admired, how that would come to fruition now. So we only got 4 minutes. Damn.
Oh, that went by fast.
I know it does. So I had to ask both of you all, what have you learned from your individual work? Because I know them babies. Like I like how you said it helps you to be cognizant of how you treat Micah.
Yeah.
And that's a real statement. Because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I don't want my baby to
Ever think that
right.
feel that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I realized that, my dad, he says it all the time, like, you can't say the world, because there's days where I call him crying. Like, Dad, I just left out this session and I ain't like this and blah, 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 blah,
And
blah.
this baby got to go home.
Yeah. And he like, look, you cannot save the world. Plant the seed, water it and keep it moving. You can. And so I have to I got to learn not to like just hold it, And so, the work, you be the vessel and you do what you can while you can. And I just, what I learned from it is that I know it's on purpose and I know that it's purposeful. And I just want to say this before we wrap up. Like, if you feel like you're doing something and it's not purposeful, stop doing it and sit down and be still and ask God to show you what's purposeful for your life, because that's why you're here. No other reason.
He, you know what? And I just shared this meme yesterday. If it's full of confusion, it's not from God.
That's right.
It ain't from God if it's full of confusion. That's why with certain things, I'm like, I'm not about to keep forcing this.
That's right.
And that's what I definitely, being in this industry, has taught me. Certain things have come to me without me even thinking about it.
Yep.
And I'm like, God, that was you who brought it to me. And then other times I'm trying to force stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Might not be meant to be right now. It's a reason why you closing this door.
Yeah, that's right.
So right quick for you too, we got 2 minutes. Dang girl, because we need to come back. We need a part 2.
We do. We need
to come back. We need to come back. Lauri, for you, what have you learned from your art?
I've learned that I'm enough. That I don't need to compare myself to other people, that I have my own special gifts and talents, and just believing your own worth. Is so important. I want to tell you if I can get this in, my birthday is 12/12, and on 12/12/12, I started seeing it everywhere I looked. And I said, God is trying to tell me something. So I got on the phone and I looked up every chapter in the Bible that had a 12/12, and I got to Romans 12/12, and this is what I live by. Romans 12/12 is, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer.
I needed that. That's me.
That's it.
Because hey, AC's T. Hey. All right, thank
that's
you.
my
I'm
girl.
Monique. Yeah, I met her years ago. Hey, Mayor of
baby.
East Point. Hey, we met years ago. We got to reconnect, Monique.
Yep, get her on here.
Yeah,
yep.
I love it. East Side. Listen, I always claim my East Side though. I love that though. That was for me. She's talking to me because I need to be patient during affliction.
Right, and it doesn't mean that there won't be. Right.
Yeah, but you got to be patient.
Right, you got to be patient and joyful in hope. Don't just hope that something happens. Have that faith, and that's just, I'm telling you, that's the key to life. It really is.
I love it. I love it. You are so right. You right, Monique. God don't bring confusion, but if we don't stay close to Him, we will fall for it. Absolutely.
Every time. Yep.
Absolutely. It's Romans 12:12. I might have to write that down and put that above my bed.
Yep.
Ooh, the struggle. And I'm yeah.
And I actually wrote a song about that, which I'm going to put out, because, I always have to put, there is a little gospel song on my album, because that's just who I am.
Right.
It's all a part of me.
I love it. So where can people find you? Where can people find you? First, Latonya, because you have a event December 3rd or something, right?
Oh, I'm doing a holiday give back. I know it's time to go, but we are going around on tour and we are blessing all of the young people that we serve. And so we're going to be soliciting for donations and doing a wrap.
Yeah, tell people where they can find you so they can.
You can find me on the East Side.
Listen.
No, but I mean, just hit me up at imaginementoring.com and you can find me right there.
I love it. And then you have the LG's place too. You have the
event space.
Space. It holds up to how many?
40. So
40. Okay. Small intimate
space. If you want that, it's latonyagarth.com and you can book me right there.
I love it. Listen, y'all follow her, all of that, okay? And the album is available
everywhere. Cries of a Bigger Lauri G, Lauri.
Make sure y'all actually download it. Don't just stream it.
And if you don't spell it right, it won't come up. Don't put it Lori. Don't put it Laurie. It's Lauri, Lauri But Lauri G Music at Lauri G Music 1. I am everywhere. I'm trying to be.
Listen, let's claim it.
I'm claiming it.
You need to try out for The Voice, Lauri. Maybe you ever thought of that?
I have. I have.
You thought about it or you tried out?
No, I've never tried out. It's a
Okay.
lot. It's a lot
We know,
to it.
but-
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
Who knows? I'm open to whatever God has for me, right?
I hear. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And Monique says, thank you for inviting me, Latonya. I will donate my books for, okay, for your children with my books.
I
Mom,
appreciate
what's
you.
the okay? Yeah,
That's my girl.
absolutely. I'm like, yeah, we'll have to come. I'm about to have Monique on the show. I don't know if you remember me. We met years ago at the Garden Theater when she was doing comedy.
Rocki remembers everybody.
Child, listen, if I like you,
Everybody.
if I like you,
Yeah.
because you know it's Aries. If you know, get listen, we will forget. But let me stop, Lord. I'm working. Being patient through affliction, Lord. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching Rocki's Reality. And actually, I will see you guys November 30th with singer-songwriter, Grammy-winning singer-songwriter Brandon Williams. Another Detroiter, y'all. We'll be here November 30th, though, because I got to take a couple weeks, be out of town with the family, and then, we got to eat good on Turkey Day. So I'll see y'all November 30th. And ladies, thank you for your time. I'm honored. And shout out to Jamisha. She was like, you got my gonna have my fellow King Crusader on there.
Girl.
And that's what I was telling Ben. I said, Lord, I said, boo, I said, she went to stay and with the King. And I said, ain't that the irony though? I went to Cass in the Michigan. I said, but for real, let me say this in person. I'm honored that you came on my platform, Latonya. I really just admire everything you're doing, and thank you for being a voice for telling our story, changing the narrative, because that we need people like us. We need people. We have to do the work. We can't look for others to do what we need to be doing. And Laura, I thank you for your beautiful voice as well, because you just be like sound like a Tweety bird sometimes. Like,
bless you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I want to come back. And
absolutely,
we got more things to talk about.
You know we do, because we're going to have to get into what we was. We're going to get into that. But thank you all. See you all next time. Thank you, Joe.
That was so much fun.
Thank you. See, you talking about you nervous.